Is it just me, or does it feel like Magic the Gathering is out of control these days? It isn't just the prices of upcoming Magic sets, though that is part of what I want to discuss here today. And it isn't just the breakneck speed at which cards are made and cards are previewed and then oftentimes forgotten about as we rush into the next set of cards, but this too is part of it. And it isn't just Universes Beyond. I swear to you, this is not another I don't like Universes Beyond video, because even if all of the new Magic sets were Universes Within, these prices would be a problem and this release schedule would be a problem. So what exactly has gone wrong? We're previewing Avatar and the Commander bundle for Avatar is $250? It's not even Commander decks. It's a bundle, a glorified fat pack. And it's how much? No, this is not about Universes Beyond, and it's not about my nostalgia for the past. This is about Magic the Gathering getting out of control. There are some key points I wish to illuminate in this video. You may not agree with all of them, but I hope very much that you will hear me out. As always, I encourage you to draw your own conclusions, but please know that what I'm about to illustrate comes from a genuine love of this game and a desire for it to get back under some semblance of control. And I hope very much you will believe me when I say Magic the Gathering is not dying. In many ways, it's doing better than ever, though I do also feel it is reasonable to ask, as I shall ask, whether sales alone equal the success and health of a game such as ours. But before we continue, I do need to take a moment to offer a mea culpa, an apology. A recent video featured an ad for Micro Center, and in it we perhaps got a little more silly and a lot more flippant than we really should have. We were trying to be funny, but it's inappropriate to talk about a sponsor the way that we did, and so to Micro Center, I want to say I am sorry. And so, moving forward, I just want to say it won't happen again. We're going to take you and your money seriously.
Hey, it's me, MicroProf, and I'm here to tell you about today's sponsor, Micro Center.
Are you in the market for old, out-of-date tech? Or maybe you just have tons of cash that you're looking to spend on overpriced items? Just looking for a hard-to-navigate store filled with workers who hate you? Well, that's what you're looking for, then too bad, because Micro Center is not for you. It's for you. Their stock is out of this world. Whoa. Micro Center has the inventory, but they also have the deals, and the deals are so good, it's hard to believe this company is profitable. But it is, and they pay people like me to make ads like this. Yeah, no, seriously, I don't know how they're able to offer deals this good. Did their check clear? Hello? Answer me. I need more money. I need more money from Micro Center! Micro Center just opened its 29th store in Santa Clara. In the area of this or any of the other 28 other Micro Centers? Stop on in and tell them MicroProf sent you. They'll have no idea what you're talking about. And that's why I want you to say it. I want you to go in there and I want you to say MicroProf sent you. Say it. Say it at a Micro Center. Are you looking for Magic product but don't want to pay big bucks? Well, check this out. Micro Center micromizes Magic product prices of all sizes. Again, one more time. Wow. Swing by your local Micro Center today and take advantage of their low prices and super friendly staff. Thank you, Micro Center, for sponsoring. Back to you, normal-sized prof.
Blah 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 blah.
Magic the Gathering previews for Marvel's Spider-Man start today, I believe, but I wouldn't blame you if you thought they'd started a while ago, because they did. Weeks ago, in fact, the big rollout began literally 2 days before Edge of Eternity's pre-release, and between then and now, over 125 Spider-Man cards have been revealed. Now, many of these are alternate treatments of the same card, and at least 25 of them are from Marvel's Spider-Man Eternal, which I believe is a supplemental-like set to the Spider-Man mains. It's like these display cases they did with Lord of the Rings. I'm not entirely clear. What I am clear on is this is a lot of cards to preview. But it's especially a lot of cards to preview literally days before your new set is released. Now, not all 125 of these were previewed in the exact 48 hours leading up to Edge of Eternities. Many of them were revealed the previous weekend. Many of these were revealed during pre-release weekend, after pre-release weekend, last week. And I think those Spider-Man display cards were the first thing they revealed several weeks ago, a month ago. But either way, it's a bummer. Not because I don't like Spider-Man or Universes Beyond, but because I think this preview system absolutely killed interest in Edge of Eternities, which in my opinion is one of the best Magic the Gathering sets in years. But all anyone could talk about was Spider-Man. Look, Thanos is on a Commander auto-include card. So much for opting out of Universes Beyond if you're in black. And it's an Infinity Stone. So that means we're probably getting, 4 to 5 more Marvel sets like Spider-Man. I don't know how many Infinity Stones there are. Please don't tell me how many Infinity Stones there are in the comments. I don't care. But however many more there are, we're getting them, and they're going to be in other Marvel sets over the next several years. Probably going to get 1 to 2 Infinity Stones in each of those upcoming Marvel sets. And then there's probably going to be some kind of Infinity War Marvel set, and on, and that's all speculation, but you know that's what they're doing. And again, all of this when Magic's last in-universe set for the year is being released. What a way to take the wind out of our last in-universe set's sails. Now, you might argue that this was unfortunate timing because pre-release for Edge of Eternity was during Comic-Con, and you gotta make a big deal about Spider-Man at Comic-Con. That's reasonable. I agree with that. Except they also started revealing Avatar: The Last Airbender cards as well. And that set won't be out until the end of the year. And if you want to argue that Avatar is a cartoon and so it fits with Comic-Con, and that they of course had to show off Avatar cards at Comic-Con, then why did they do a huge Avatar preview panel just a couple of weeks ago? Honestly, with all of these Avatar cards revealed and hyped up, you'd think Spider-Man had come and gone and the next set coming out was Avatar. Again, all of this started happening when the next set was Edge of Eternities. To me, this is unintentional self-sabotage. This is broken. And to be clear, I am not in any way criticizing Universes Beyond. The set these previews are from is irrelevant. What I am criticizing is that massive, major, attention-grabbing previews for sets that aren't releasing for months, or in the case of Avatar, until the end of the year, that previewing those sets in this way, literally days before the next set comes out, is the equivalent of hobbling the legs of that set. And yes, it is especially heartbreaking when you have a set as amazing as Edge of Eternities, but regardless of whether the sets being previewed are Universes Beyond, and regardless of whether the set being sabotaged is Universes Within, that just sucks, man. Even if Comic-Con had not been at the same time as Edge of Eternity's pre-release, the issue of previewing the next set, and even the next several sets, is a constant one in Magic these days because, well, there's a lot more product and a lot more cards. Now, we wanted to dive into the math ourselves. Last year, in 2024, Wizards of the Coast printed 2,060 new card designs. So that's the equivalent to being shown 5 to 6 cards a day every day. But of course, there's more to remember than that because those new cards also have alternate arts, special treatments, etc. And so if you were to include all variations of new cards, that number actually goes up to 3,779 cards, the equivalent to being shown 10.35 cards a day, every day, for an entire year. But of course, there's also reprints and alternate versions of those. And so if we include every card that came out last year, including all reprints of new cards, including multiple reprints of the same card, including those commander decks, including promos, well then we're actually talking about 11,126 cards that came out in a single year, and that is the equivalent to being shown over 30 cards a day and asked to retain this. And the number of cards is just going to increase because the products are going to increase. With 6 standard sets a year, that's a brand new set essentially every other month. And on the other alternate 6 months of the year, there's the supplemental products, there's the pre-cons, and of course the endless barrage of new secret layer alerts. As a beloved sitcom character from the 90s once said, that is too much, man. And the cost of all these products seems to just increase set after set. No longer does Magic the Gathering have its basic standard sets and then also premium products, alternatives that you can opt out of. It's all premium these days, and there is no opting out. Boxes of Final Fantasy, which is now the set before what is coming out, are actually selling for about $250 a box. And pre-orders went up on the official Magic the Gathering Amazon store for Avatar: The Last Airbender boxes, and those too are selling for, $250 a box. The current in-universe set, Edge of Eternities, is selling for about $150 a box. Not great, but it does beat $200 to $250. And Tarkir Dragonstorm, which is now, I believe, the set before Spider-Man, which came out a few months ago, is selling for about $120 a box. So it certainly seems like the higher prices are on Universes Beyond sets. And again, half of all of Standard going forward is to be Universes Beyond sets. The idea behind premium pricing is that it is an alternative to regular pricing. You pay more and supposedly get more. And when Universes Beyond sets were just things like yearly Commander products like they did for Warhammer and Doctor Who and Fallout, the fact that they were more expensive than regular Commander decks could be justified by this idea of premium pricing. And again, not Universes Beyond, not complaining about Universes Beyond. This could be true for Modern Horizons Commander decks or Commander Masters Commander decks. The idea of alternate products that have a little something extra in them, but then as a result, cost extra, whether it is high-value reprints, special art treatments, or an outside property that likely required things like licensing fees. But when you shift something like Universes Beyond to being half of all of Standard, and by Standard, we don't just mean the format, we also mean just regular standard Magic sets, base sets of the game, but you maintain that premium pricing, well then you have just raised the floor on your base product. And where does this leave the actual premium products that you offer? Spider-Man Collector booster boxes are going for almost $900, and amazingly, these prices may actually increase when the set hits shelves. They certainly did for Final Fantasy, where collector booster boxes now sell for about $1,300 each. Cha-ching! And yes, the official Magic the Gathering Amazon store opened pre-orders for Avatar: The Last Airbender. With collector booster boxes, they're selling for, I kid you not, just under $1,000 each. But don't worry, friends, because Edge of Eternities is only $400 a collector box. But wait a second, that's an in-universe set. Shouldn't that in-universe set only be $200 to $240 per box, which is what collector booster boxes were for in-universe sets? Literally each and every set up until Universes Beyond became half of Standard? Yes, that's what it should cost. I know because I complained about it costing that much for each and every set, and as usual, was shouted down because, Professor, it's only collector booster boxes that are $200 to $240 each. You can still buy our 36-pack draft boxes for reasonable prices. Well, now play booster boxes are $200 to $240 each. That's what the collector booster boxes used to be. And they have fewer packs. And those packs are indeed worse for draft and worse for sealed. And the very next question Wizards of the Coast is going to be asking is, if we can sell Spider-Man at these prices, and Avatar at these prices, and Final Fantasy at these prices, why the hell are we selling anything at lower prices? Well, the only reason to sell sets like Tarkir at lower prices is if sets like Tarkir won't sell at the higher prices. You know, in-universe sets, which already feel like Wizards is trying to make into Universes Beyond Light, as they lean into wacky racers and space adventures. Again, I loved Edge, but if at the end of the day, Wizards can't sell in-universe sets for as much as they can Universes Beyond sets, are we really going to stop at only half of our yearly sets being Universes Beyond? Edge of Eternities came out at the end of July, and as you'll remember from the start of this video, days before it came out, Spider-Man and Avatar previews began bombarding us, and have bombarded us every day since. So from that release in July, which is a bit beyond the halfway point in the year, there is to be no more Magic the Gathering in-universe sets until 2026. Think about that. Our in-universe Magic sets stopped at the end of July, and even that set seemed to be one that Wizards was not too interested in promoting. So now we have the rest of the year, nearly half a year, with Spider-Man and Avatar and all the supplemental stuff like Sonic the Hedgehog and SpongeBob SquarePants and whatever else the rest of 2025 is bringing. Well, it's not bringing Magic the Gathering worlds and characters unless possibly those characters are dressed as baseball players or superheroes or something. It's not about Universes Beyond. It's about the way in which Universes Beyond is being used. Just like it's not about previews, it's about the way in which previews are being used. It's not even about new cards or cards for Commander, but the out-of-control way that those things are being printed. I often talk about how I returned to Magic the Gathering with Original Innistrad. Well, that set's pre-release was September 24th, 2011. Want to know when the next set was? Dark Ascension did not release until January 29th, a little over 4 months later. 4 months to sit with a single set and enjoy it, draft it, play it, chew it up, and savor the flavor. The next set stayed on the same world so that a story could unfold, so that our worlds and our characters could be ones we read about and experienced through playing with those cards. Yes, we played Commander back then, but we also went into Draft every week, and it did not cost $60 to do so. We played Standard, and yes, we complained about Standard, but we played it, and we checked out formats like Modern, and watched coverage of the recent GP on camera, and maybe spotted a friend in the feature match. I used to joke that Magic the Gathering was so much like a clockwork machine, the way they designed sets, the way they released sets, the way they had us compete with those sets, that you could set your watch by them. It isn't just that Universes Beyond exists and that I'm yelling at clouds or yelling at Cloud. Universes Beyond could be gone tomorrow, and this same release schedule would be a problem. This same card oversaturation would be a problem, and absolutely the cost of playing this game would be a major problem. And while I don't think there's an easy solution, I will start by offering this one. If nothing else, the cost of a standard set, be it Universes Beyond or Universes Within, should be the same reasonable price. Both Final Fantasy and Tarkir, both Spider-Man and Edge of Eternities need to be at an affordable price for standard packs. And whether they have Spider-Man on them or Jace on them, they have to have a set cost, and that cost needs to be a lot lower than some of these prices we are seeing. And that philosophy should follow out onto Commander precons and bundles and Jumpstart and whatever else is offered via standard sets. You want to make half of standard Universes Beyond? Okay, fine, but standard is the non-premium priced products, so those products need to adhere to that non-premium pricing structure. Beyond that, how about maybe not previewing a barrage of cards from the next set on the eve of pre-release of a current set? Again, whether that current set is Universes Beyond or Universes Within, how about letting sets have a chance to breathe and letting us explore them? Resist the urge to preview your November set in July. At the end of the day, I simply refuse to accept that the only metric for a game's health and success is sales. I think that long-term stability and player retention, as well as overall quality of the game's health, both in casual and competitive spheres, is extremely important as well. But those, of course, are just my thoughts, and now I want to hear from you. Do you think Magic the Gathering is getting out of control, be it in terms of prices or the amount of cards being printed, or do you think that I am just winding on and on for no legitimate reason? Let me know in the comments below. And if you do want to hear me talk about the state of Standard and the need for banning a certain card from Final Fantasy, well then you can check that video out by clicking the I or just checking out the link in this video's description.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
Today, Yu-Gi-Oh players.
My name's Joseph, and today I have built Hogak.
You can also tell he's a Yu-Gi-Oh player because he called it Hogak.
What do you all call it?
Hogak.
Very famously.
Summer of the Gak.
DEI is alive and well at Tellurian Community College. We're giving job opportunities to Yu-Gi-Oh players.
I get transfer credits for this, don't worry.
I was very bored during COVID lockdown.
It's
go,
terrifying
let's go.
when Prof is doing well.
Put him up.
Avison, Angel of Hope. Oh, my queen.
We literally have assigned a member of staff to making sure Tappy doesn't screw up her own commander's life tracking.
Yes, correct. It's like when you
Yeah,
train
yeah.
dogs.
Appreciate that half the table is clicker trained with White Claw.